city of Port Said acted as a global city since its establishment and flourished particularly during the 19th and the first half of the 20th century when it was inhabited by the various nationalities and religions. And referring to this fact, we have Rudyard Kipling once said, "If you truly wish to find someone you've known and who travels, there are 2 points. On the globe you have, but to sit and wait. Sooner or later, your man will come there, and the docks of London and Port Said." So nowadays, Port Said, a global city, is an initiative launched in which volunteers of experts in all fields participate to develop the city of Port Said. And we have joining us today engineer Mohammed Haggag, who's the founder of the Port Said, a global city initiative, and he's also joined with Raimonda Mahmoud. Well, thank you so much, our dear guests, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, you can tell us about the idea. When did it start? The objectives, and what are the components of this project? Start with you, Doctor.
The idea of we are 2 parts. First, Port Said International City and Egyptian Development Project. So the idea was started long ago, and we first initiated these projects 2011. Then, in the start of this year, Port Said have a lot of problems. The cost of the buildings are very expensive. The 1 meters cost from 100,000 to 50,000, depends on their area, and this is very, very expensive for price for the land. And we are the most expensive, even in the world, not in Egypt, for the land prices. Port Said suffers from a lot of problems. Commercial problems that lead to social problems, like the increase of divorce rate, the unemployment. So we think in a out-of-the-box way to make a final solution for this problem. So we used our old projects in 2011, which was based on the Industrial Foreign City project. This was a project based on encouraging the foreign countries to come and invest and build their factories and their companies in a special city built for them. So the best place to use this project was in Port Said, because it is the best place in the universe, or in the world, not only in Egypt, because it's in the heart of the old 3 continent, and it's on the corner of the world, as they say. So we have almost 20,000 to 24,000 ships pass through Suez Canal. So this is very, very, very special place, and we don't use it till now.
We're not using it.
So we used a lot of projects to be built in Egypt, in Port Said as a demo, and we reflect these projects to all Egypt after the success in this project. The project started in February, 7th of February this year, and we make it based on a lot of studies. We try to enforce the study with consultants and
yeah, speaking about that, this takes me to my next question about the meeting with the Presidential Consultative Council to discuss the initiative with its members. What are some of their recommendations and remarks?
Yes, we have a very successful meeting with Mr. Kamal Gad Sharubim, the head of the consultant court for the development for the presidential system. And soon we will going to have a next meeting. We show them the projects and the plans, and we are going to have negotiations about how we exchange the experience and how we going to apply these projects.
Well, also coming to our next question, what does it need actually the city to become a global city? Maybe Raimonda, if you can tell us.
Thank you for the first.
You're welcome.
Opportunity to meet you. First of all, we need to manage the resources. Port Said, very good location, very long shores on the Mediterranean Sea, long shores also on the Suez Canal. Climate, the weather is very, very stable. So I think this is will be the results of
So you think these are the main reasons for it maybe becoming a global city that could help
yes, that's what
in turning Port
I
Said?
think. Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's what I think.
Sir, do you believe that we have the capabilities and the infrastructure to implement such a project equivalent to that in Dubai or Hong Kong, for instance? Do we have the infrastructure and the capabilities?
First, I have to give all of these projects as a present to our President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and to the all Egyptians. These projects are a result of a very hard work, and this is the summary of many scientists and many people who love this country and want really to make change for the new generations. Okay, so this projects need the political will of the president. So to put this project into the application and the start, we need the approval of the president. This is the base point. Next, we have more infrastructure than Dubai and other countries.
Than Hong Kong or
First, the economic of Dubai or even Singapore or Hong Kong does not based on oil or natural gas or even electronic manufacture. It's only based in two things. First, the laws of the economics and free zone and no taxes, no customs. Okay, so first you have the attractive laws for the investment and for the companies to work in your area. Okay, and then they have the service.
Well then, let me just cut, engineer.
Sorry.
Why weren't we doing this from before? What was stopping us? If you're saying that
I will
everything.
finish
Excuse
the
me.
first
No,
point.
let me. Port Said has been exposed to a large wave of neglecting.
Okay.
for
Yes.
long.
Exactly. Okay.
Yes.
Because if we have all of this, what was keeping us from actually starting this initiative a while ago? So because you were thinking it's a bit
really, yes, I think, and this is the main reason of the problems that Port Said living in. Social problems, economic problems, and this is the main reason. Neglecting is the main reason.
Right.
Okay, back to the point.
Yes.
Their economic was not based on natural gas or oil or industry, but their economic was based on the laws and the service they gave to the people and the quality of the service and on the tourist. Okay, they have all the kind of tourist, educational, health, carnivals, marketing, everything. So this is the things that you need in Port Said. You need to expand the free zone area. We have the free zone area now is 40 kilometers. Our first plan is to expand the area to 380 kilometers for the old city. And we are building a new city on international standard on 3,000 kilometers. We have all the study, even to how much the child for each stage of his life will walk to his school. For the KG1, he will walk maybe 100 meters for the high school and so on. We have the power studies, we have the...
Did you think of financing? How are we going to finance?
Yes,
because
yes,
I know
of
your
course.
firm was based on volunteer, am I right?
Yes,
Or-
yes.
So how can you talk to us a little bit about the
handle
financing
this,
this project?
The financial support, we are talking about very important point, the financial support. Without this project, without any external financial support,
Yep.
the project almost self-supporting.
Okay.
There are some small projects in the side of the main project.
Yeah.
It will generate incoming.
Okay.
This
So
is
it's
the
going to be
first.
like self-finance.
Yes. The second, when we start to change the laws of the governments or the export or import, it will help also in applying new free zone laws that will attract the investors and investments to Port Said.
Any
We
comments?
should,
Yeah,
we should not fear the expenses of the investment, and we should look to the heaven and the result of the income, because we have studied how to make the economics and how to make other companies to work in this area. So we studied the agreement with other countries. We studied the financing methods. There are many things. We should not talk about the deep everything in the thing, but we have the studies and we have our suggestions that will help the country in using them. Our main target...
How can the Suez Canal help you make this dream come true?
Okay, first, you should know that the consultant that we are working with, he was the man, by the name, his name is Engineer Abdel Fattah Abdelati. He was the man who designed the East Port Said Harbor, okay, in 1986, okay, so about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was done, the harbor was done, and it was about 40% of the project. Now the country is working in the rest, the 60% of the project, which is the new channel. Okay. We are talking in the idea of making an international city in Port Said to be a demo and experience with new methodology. We work in the least everything, and when we have people who have the experience in making such the design, such dealing with such companies, and we should train the people, and we should improve the English language in the city, so we have the best English speakers in the Middle East. So
And change the management system. If we change,
Bureaucracy.
yeah,
Yes,
we
yes.
should change the management system and the laws of the free zone to be in line with what the investments needs. Of course, to keep them comfortable and start to bring investments into here.
And what are going to be the economic benefits now of this project?
if our first studies, after about 5 years of the starting of the project, this project will reflect an income for Egypt as twice its overall income now.
In 5 years.
And I think after 10 years, we will have at least 100 times this economy. And if you think that this is a large number, look Singapore. Okay, its size half than the size of Port Said state. Okay, Singapore size is about 700 kilometer. Port Said state, not the free zone, is about 1,351 kilometer. Okay, it's half, and this city or this country economic 700 times all the Egyptian economy. Okay, so if we have the same standard and we work on the same quality, the same requirement, so we will have this income because our location is very unique and much more better. Okay, and other things, we have the best weather in Egypt and all over Egypt and Port Said. If you look to Dubai, the temperature is about 50 degrees and the humidity over 100, and they took only 13 years to 10 years to be the number 7 harbor in the list of the harbors. Okay, so they started in 1990, and in 2003 they were the harbor number 7 as a city, and they now are recommended like the free zone number 3. These all not based on oil, not based on natural gas, not based on manufacture, only based on tourists and in free zone laws and the quality of the service. Okay, the quality of the service in this country is 5 stars. Okay, if you go to a police station, you will think you are in hotel lobby, not in a police station. Okay, so we should change the standards for the quality in this city, and we make it as a start to reflect on the other cities on the Suez Canal, and then to Alexandria, Cairo. So we will have trained people in on the administration system, on the law system, on the
we should provide the market with humans or persons who is highly qualified to work in any field, structures or agricultures or whatever, tourism, any field. We should provide the market with those qualified. It will bring more investments,
and
because it is a condition.
Okay, and what are maybe some of the challenges? I think there was a study made about the challenges facing the city. Can you tell us some of these challenges that are facing you to be able to actually enforce this initiative and for Port Said to become a global city?
I don't think there is a challenge. If the president accepts this project and agreed on it, okay, the project will finance itself. You only need the political desire from the president. As in Suez Canal, we do it in 1 year.
In 1 year, yeah.
Yes.
We have the will. We
you
just
have
do
now.
it.
You can build. There is in China now. There is a company building a hotel, 33 flats in 15 days, and the other company built a villa in 3 days. I have a design for a project in building a building. Okay, it's only a empty street structure. You design your apartment outside, and when it's finished, it applied inside the street structure.
The only challenge that we have, that the difference point between the project that we present and the project that exists already with the government. There is some.
So is there a discrepancy?
Yes, there are some different points between them. This is the only challenge. But we can handle, or we can manage.
Can be worked out.
Some coordinate between ministries and
This and that, and should be.
Yes.
The idea is outside of you know, we are talking about standard, about international city. Okay, the projects inside can be changed, but we don't have the idea of conflict. But We can change this project. We have a lot of scientists in the agriculture, in the many things. So it's not a, we are talking about the quality of life and the quality of the standardization in this sector.
Well, we'd like to thank you very much, our guests, engineer Mohammed Haggag, the founder of the Port Said Global City Initiative, and joining him, Raimonda Mahmoud. Thank you so much for this insightful interview. And dear viewers, we're going to move to our next report, where we have the 31st round of the Alexandria Film Festival. And that was held with the participation of many great actors, 33 countries, and over 300 movies taking part in this festival. And we have Basma Taha reporting. Let's go and take a look.